Hey guys, what's up? Me again. Voice is getting better. Cough is still basically pillaging my throat, and I'm just getting the gunk out. But I found my glasses. They were actually underneath my car seat, so we're back on the program as usual. So let me make sure I get my identification off so no one knows who I am. Anyways, so I know in the last video I was talking about the whole Kendrick Drake beef being a distraction and everything from like HR 6090 and all that. Which it still is, trust me, don't get it twisted. But I think I have to speak on this a bit more because now that this beef is, quote-unquote beef, is getting a bit more in depth and it's become way more intense than people were expecting and are used to. Because a lot of times with rap beefs, you don't really see guys dropping this fast back and forth at each other. Like, it's been like, 6-7 songs that's came out in a week for this. So I wanted to try to just explain some things to you on the side of Drake that Kendrick is exposing, because I have a feeling that what's going on now is that this is a humiliation ritual for Drake, because Drake has probably abused his power in the industry and basically has gotten Kendrick a green light for him, which I think Kendrick has naturally never liked him regardless of industry fakeness or not. So let's get this popping. One of the biggest things that Kendrick has been going on with Drake about is him being, we can say, minor interested. You know, that's why he had admittedly, I didn't hear the song, but I saw the quote, the A minor line. And I've got to admit, like, something like that line, even if this beef is scripted, because you know with these things in Hollywood, you know, they dictate the flow of things, but there are some things that still actually happen. So what they'll do is, Kendrick and Drake don't like each other. People in the industry will incite them to realistically go at each other. But that's probably one of the hardest lines in hip-hop. I'm just going to be honest about it, because it's hitting Drake directly in the heart. And there's also the fact that, like, after saying that and then him making a line about being like John Stockton, a picture that Drake had with Karl Malone, Drake deleted the picture because it's just too much heat, you know, and Drake is an NBA guy and everything. So, you know, it probably meant a lot to him to delete that picture, but, you know, it is what it is. And to be honest, as we all know, it's an open secret now that, can I say the word on YouTube? Let's just say minorism. I'm just going to call it that. The word begins with PEDO, but I don't know how YouTube's going to feel. But that kind of attraction is well known in the entertainment industry and well known in our government. That's why the government does nothing about the amount of children that go missing in this country. They're more concerned about radicalism, fascism, leftism, and all that. But thousands, millions of children go missing in the country every year to serve as slaves for these people. And you see it a lot in the entertainment industry because it's an open secret. As we all know with Dan Snyder and Nickelodeon, and I'm surprised Kendrick hasn't made a joke about that, though, because, you know, Drake used to be on Degrassi, which used to come on the N or whatever that channel was for, like, teens. That was for Nick. That was, like, not on cable. It was, like, on Dish. Anyways, you know, Nickelodeon, basically, the majority of their shows with, you know, teenagers in it, you know, like Jeanette McCurdy, Ariana Grande, and that makes you think, well, Disney, I'm 100% sure Disney was doing the same thing. Maybe not as open and blatantly as they were, but, you know, they definitely probably got up into Miley Cyrus, because you saw how sex crazed she was acting. Definitely got up in Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake, all them folks, you know. So when Drake was texting Millie Bobby Brown and everything, everyone should have known that was weird as hell. Like, you shouldn't be texting a 14-year-old at the time, or 13. You should be directly texting. You should be seeing her at some function that she may be hosting or whatever, and then giving your congrats and everything in person. Or maybe you should be setting up some kind of, like, get this ant off my, maybe you should set up some kind of live stream with her team, her group to give, like, to say your piece and everything like that. So, and there's also the fact that Drake is addicted to carnal pleasure. And the thing that you got to understand about people who are addicted to carnal pleasure is that when you have too much, when you have so many options in women that the baddies become unlimited, you get curious. We're all naturally curious about taboo things. Let's be honest, because we're born in sin in this world. So there are things that all of us think about, like, what if I did this with this person, did this with that? Not saying you're a pedo yourself, but, it's the truth. People get kinky, people have whatever. When you're a normal person, you don't really feel that itch to go for it because, like, for us guys, for example, most of us have never been with a baddie. Most of us have never been with a 10. So for us, we're way more motivated and interested into getting with a woman like that because, it's just probably not going to happen, or it may happen once or twice. That's the itch we get. But when you're a guy like Drake and you've been having all the baddies and 10s in every kind of body type and design, because they fake, ever, at some point, you're going to start to think, okay, I'm done with this. I want to have a woman who is as flat as a 2x4 and short as a trash can. And she has a third butt cheek. And, she's 16? But the crazy thing is that in a lot of other regions in the earth, usually when girls are like 15, 16, they're kind of old enough. But that's for marriage and, like, reproduction. That isn't for having fun. And all Drake really knows has to do is have fun. He's not a serious person. But remember that everything Kendrick is saying about him is alleged, though. I'm not going to pin him directly. But in my personal opinion, I know Drake is already on that time. And then he's also talking about him hiding a daughter, which, again, I've been trying to tell people, too. Drake has way too much sex to not have more children. If you think he only has one kid, you're stupid, okay? Think about the majority of rappers that have multiple women. They damn near almost all have multiple baby mamas. I think Nas has multiple kids, multiple women. Not crazy amount, but still, not all the same mother. DMX, most infamous example. Actually, DMX is the reason why he's the guy I point to, because he basically had all the baddies exactly like Drake. He had baddies before he got famous. All them kids, come on, how could Drake not, And a bunch of other, even Isaiah Rashad got baby mamas, There's no way Drake just has one kid. You're crazy. You remember there was that thing going around that, like, after he uses his condom, he, like, puts hot sauce or something in it to kill it. When you're that paranoid about pregnancy, you have had a lot of scares, and you probably have had some full-blown pregnancies. And let's not even count the amount of abortions he's probably put in. That man, you thought 100K from Ant-Man was something. Man, Drake probably finna light you. Drake is so much of a sex addict that just the fear of him getting you pregnant is enough for you to make it. And if you get pregnant, you don't even have to go full term with the pregnancy. It really is like winning the lottery. You're going to take the 18-year payout, or are you going to take a lump sum? That's how it is with him, But the things Kendrick has been saying about Drake, honestly, I've known for a while now, because we now live in the kind of society where a Jewish semi-black, because his skin is way too light for me to really consider him mostly black. Like, his dad's genes just were not stronger than his mother's. That's just what it is. And for this guy to come from Canada with no real hood experience, to transition from being, a little pop singer to being a pop thug, who, that's why, like, you notice in his career, he used to, he lost his authenticism. He used to basically sing rap. I mean, he still does, but, he used to be all about girls and the vibe and having a good time. Didn't have much facial hair. But when you see him now, he got that he got that beard, but he got that beard and that look that he always does. Well, at first he did a couple years ago, always trying to like mean mug the camera. Nigga literally injected fake abs and fake muscles, got all these weirdly placed tattoos and stuff like that. And now he's rapping UK grunge style, and then he's rapping like soca and all that stuff. Like, you know, like this dude basically has been trying to act like Satan, you know, just trying to just weasel his way in all these different genres and concepts. And I'm gonna be honest, the people that I really know that like Drake, most people that like Drake a lot, that love him, will go to concerts and stuff like that, I really don't find them to be, I wouldn't say intelligent in general people, but definitely emotionally intelligent, and I would say socially intelligent, in a way where they're just followers and trendsetters. Like, let's be real, any Drake fan that you know is a trend follower. You know, it's really hard to find a Drake fan that is into reading books. That's the way I like to kind of sum it up. There's a lot of smart people that don't read books, but Drake fans, like, they live for the moment, and they think going to Miami is a great time. I mean, Miami has some nice places in it, but at this point, I'd rather go to Tampa than Miami. I'd rather go to Orlando 100% over Miami. But yeah, Kendrick is really not saying anything we should know. The only reason why these songs hit so hard for people is because they've been ignoring who Drake was for all these years. Drake is not a special guy. He's just a dude who was already in the industry and got put on. And you can tell by the way he acts with women that he's strange and kind of a lame too. Come on, this dude he paints his fingernails now. And his album rollouts are just weird. Like, the cuff stuff he was putting in his hair. Like, to me, this dude is clearly bisexual. It just is what it is. And, but I will say that still, I think if you're any person with any modicum of intelligence, I wouldn't listen to any of these songs. I wouldn't pay attention to this beef beyond the social aspect of it, and then being able to use the beef for social study like I am. I have not listened to one song from either of these fools, even on Kendrick's side, because I do prefer Kendrick as a musician, and I do think he's a better person than Drake. But at the same time, though, I know what it is with the script with this. This whole thing is fake. Think about the amount of money these niggas are making. Did you see how many millions of views each one of these guys' videos has gotten in a day? They're making bank, bro. Like, and they're releasing these on their personal YouTube pages. They're making bank. You guys are streaming this stuff like crazy. You guys don't understand. It's all about money, man. In the music industry, I think this is what I hate most about the industry in general. These niggas keep making you think shit is real. These niggas are paid to make songs where half the time the stuff they're talking about is just things they're making up. Do you guys not understand that both Drake and Kendrick, both of them are actors in shows, and both of them are producing shows and movies? Kendrick, Drake helping co-produce Euphoria, and Kendrick over here trying to make a movie or some kind of show with the South Park people. These dudes know the act. They know how to play you guys. And they've been playing you for years. So, man, go listen to some other musicians, bro. Like, find local musicians, find small-time musicians. Try to have more authenticity in your life. Because I feel like now, the only way you can truly be a fan of these, like, big-time actors and musicians is if you're not an authentic person. Because why else would you look up to people whose whole job is to be inauthentic, to be an actor? You know, that's why in a play, it's called a play, because they're playing around. And that's why when you start a song, you press what? Play. Guess what? You start the play when you start the song, because it's all made up. Although a lot of songs are about real things. But you also, still, to kind of give it the artistic feel, you got to fabricate. You got to finagle and mix around a couple things and add some sugar and spice and everything nice into it. But remember, actors and musicians, one thing they have in common is you have to start the play. You have to press the play. Oh, the press box, the press. Think about it. The press, the people that take all the clips and snaps and everything, press play, and they report everything you do. Oh, come on. It's too easy at this point. Anyways, that's what I got for today, and you guys have a safe time.